Your name is on a mysterious property deed, and this person. Archangel Michael says, a hidden truth has been uncovered, and it carries your name carved into it. Somewhere behind closed doors, in the quiet shadows of offices and sealed files, a mysterious property deed has emerged. On it rests your name, etched boldly, but with it comes another name, a person whose intentions are far from innocent. The suspense thickens as this discovery is not accidental. Forces you cannot see have been moving, aligning, and plotting to ensure you would one day find this out. The air around you carries an unshakable warning. This is not simply about land or property, it is about power, control, and destiny. The person tied to this deed has been watching your steps silently, waiting for the right moment to act. Their signature sits dangerously close to yours, creating a bond you never agreed to. They are not only trying to claim land but also a piece of your future, your inheritance, your very stability. Now is the time you must understand, this revelation is not ordinary, it is divine timing. The moment has arrived to pull the curtain back and see what has been hidden in plain sight. Nothing about this is coincidence, this is preparation for something larger. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The property is not just brick and soil, it holds memories, bloodlines, and promises whispered by ancestors long before your birth. That is why this person's presence on the deed is not just alarming, it is prophetic. They want what was destined for you, but Archangel Michael declares their plan will unravel. They thought you would remain unaware, blind to the transaction, and too distracted to notice. But heaven has pushed this truth to the surface at the exact moment you needed to see it. You were never meant to live in ignorance, you were meant to stand in authority. This person operates under secrecy, but their mask is cracking. Behind their calm smile hides desperation, greed, and envy that has driven them toward this manipulation. They believe they can use false power to tie your name to theirs, but they are underestimating what divine intervention can undo. Archangel Michael says, you must stay vigilant, for papers, signatures, and documents hold spiritual weight. What has been signed against you can also be broken in your favor. This is why your awareness now is not fear, it is freedom beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The deeper layers reveal that this property deed is not just a document, it is a battlefield. Every name written there carries energy, intention, and consequence. Your name, divinely chosen, glows with light, while the other carries shadows of betrayal. What is striking is that the property itself has been preserved for years, untouched, waiting for its rightful owner. Yet, this person placed themselves beside you as if to trap you in chains you never forged. But heaven never allows lies to win for long. Each line of ink is being rewritten in the spiritual realm. What was signed under manipulation will be exposed, and what was meant for harm will be turned into a weapon of justice in your hand. Archangel Michael is already warring on your behalf, tearing apart the schemes tied to your name. This person will soon realize that what they thought was theirs will slip away like sand through clenched fists. Their attempt to bind you to their destiny will backfire, setting you apart for something far greater. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The suspense rises, for whispers of this deed have reached ears you never expected. People around you know more than they are letting on, and some are silently watching how you will react. They wait, some with jealousy, some with awe, knowing the property carries hidden value. Archangel Michael says, this is not just real estate, it is a gateway. A doorway that determines influence, inheritance, and abundance. Whoever controls it controls more than just land, they control opportunity. That is why you are being positioned to reclaim it. Your name was not placed there by accident, it was divine placement, meant to remind you of your authority. The person who tied themselves to you on this paper is about to face consequences they never imagined. The coming days will bring confrontation, not always in physical form, but in revelations that will strip them of their confidence. What they thought was secure will become fragile, for the hand of heaven will shake the foundation they built. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The one tied to this deed under your name did not act alone. They were guided, influenced, and pushed by others who whispered deceit into their ear. These whispers came from people jealous of you, people who could not stand the thought of your rising. The property is more than it appears, because within its soil rests untold stories, treasures unseen, and wealth that carries generational promise. This is why the enemy has worked so hard to tamper with it. They know the moment you take possession, your life will transform permanently. Your name glows like fire on that deed, a light that cannot be erased, while their name is beginning to fade. Heaven is removing their authority step by step, stripping away their false claim. The moment is fast approaching when the truth will be undeniable. Archangel Michael says, "Nothing that was signed against you will hold." Every seal, every pen mark, every stamp placed to deceive will be broken by divine hands. What belongs to you cannot be stolen, no matter how convincing the trick. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Now, behind the closed doors of offices and courts, documents are being shuffled. Files are being re-examined, and your name is being spoken in whispers you cannot hear. Each mention pulls your destiny closer to the surface. This person is restless because they know their time is running short. They try to appear calm, but within them boils fear, for their secret is no longer safe. Their plotting is like a ticking clock, growing louder with each second. People who were once silent are preparing to speak. Hidden witnesses will step forward, revealing what they saw and heard. The truth will emerge like lightning, impossible to ignore. Archangel Michael says, "You are not walking into defeat, you are walking into reclamation." What was locked in darkness is being dragged into the light, and every shadow is fleeing. You will stand victorious as the rightful heir to what bears your name. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The person who joined their name to yours believed they could control the future by controlling this deed. They thought property equaled power, and control equaled destiny. But destiny is never dictated by lies, it is shaped by truth and divine will. They underestimated the fire that burns within you. You are not ordinary, you carry the authority of heaven's backing. Every step you take now is charged with divine intervention. The ground is shifting beneath their feet. Their confidence is cracking, their allies are abandoning them, and their silence grows heavier. What they thought would bind you is now binding them. The suspense grows because the property itself seems to resist them. The land is restless, the air unsettled, the papers almost rejecting their false claim. Creation knows who its rightful owner is, and it is you. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Soon, you will notice signs confirming this. Conversations will happen around you that point directly to the hidden scheme. A stray word, a leaked letter, or a misplaced file will give you clarity. The people who try to silence the truth will lose control. Their secrets are fragile, and one by one, they will collapse under the weight of exposure. They cannot outrun the justice that has already begun. Archangel Michael says, watch closely in the coming days. Do not fear what surfaces, for even shocking revelations are stepping stones to your breakthrough. The louder the storm, the closer your victory. Your name will not only remain on that deed, it will stand alone, uncontested, shining brighter than ever before. Their name will be erased, as if it never belonged there. What was falsely tied to you will be severed forever. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. The sound of justice is moving like thunder, and it is growing closer each hour. The one who thought they could tie their name to your destiny is already trembling. What they planned as a trap is now becoming their downfall. They cannot explain why things keep slipping through their fingers. Every time they try to secure their position, another door shuts in their face. What they once thought was solid ground is now crumbling beneath them. This is not coincidence, it is the divine hand at work. Nothing signed in deception can last when heaven's light shines upon it. Truth is a sword, and it is cutting away every lie bound to your name. Archangel Michael says, the deed that carries your name carries your calling. It cannot be manipulated, and it cannot be stolen. The moment of unveiling is near, and your enemies will have no choice but to watch it happen. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The suspense intensifies because their actions were not only hidden but layered with cunning. They used charm, influence, and manipulation to weave this trap. Yet, what is built on deceit cannot withstand the storm of truth. People once aligned with them are beginning to doubt. The whispers in their circle have shifted from confidence to fear. They sense that exposure is inevitable, and they are right. Your name is rising higher as theirs is sinking deeper into shadows. It is becoming undeniable who the rightful inheritor truly is. The property itself seems to resist them, refusing to yield. Archangel Michael says, heaven has already stamped your name with approval. Every false seal, every false witness, every false attempt is breaking apart now. What belongs to you is being delivered back to you. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Behind the scenes, a spiritual war has been raging. Angels have been battling fiercely for your inheritance, for your peace, and for your destiny. The papers in the natural are only reflections of the battles won in the unseen. The person who dared to write themselves into your story is now caught in their own net. They will soon find themselves explaining actions they cannot defend. Their confidence will shatter under the weight of evidence. Every lie spoken against you is losing its power. Every scheme designed to trap you is dissolving. The truth is stronger than their deception. You are standing in the middle of a divine turning point. The atmosphere around you feels heavy because something is shifting forever. This deed is no longer a secret, it is your victory in disguise. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The suspense deepens, for even your dreams may start to show glimpses of this. You may see symbols of houses, lands, or papers in your visions. These are confirmations that heaven is speaking to you through signs. This property carries not only physical value but spiritual significance. It ties into your lineage, your future, and your divine promise. That is why it has been fought over with such intensity. The one who tied their name to yours is terrified of being exposed. They know once the truth is revealed, their reputation, their influence, and their hold will be destroyed. This is why they scramble in desperation. Archangel Michael says, you are not alone in this battle. Angels surround you, guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing you to stand firm. What they tried to hide will be revealed at the perfect moment. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. The property is a symbol of authority. Whoever holds it carries influence and stability. That is why the enemy wanted to strip it from you, to make you doubt what was truly yours. But instead of stripping you, this situation is elevating you. It is lifting your name higher, exposing your enemies, and preparing a stage for your vindication. They wanted you small, but this will make you unshakable. Their greed blinded them to the consequences. They thought they could erase your rights with ink and paper. But no ink can erase a name written by heaven itself. Now, the pressure is crushing them. They are being forced to face what they feared most, the truth that you are the rightful one. Their silence will no longer protect them. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The deed itself carries energy that cannot be ignored. Each page feels heavy with the weight of destiny, and your name on it burns brighter than any false attachment. This is why the enemy is restless, because they know they cannot hold what does not belong to them. Every move they make now is clumsy. What once seemed calculated and clever is falling apart piece by piece. Their attempts to tighten their grip are only loosening it further. The land itself seems to echo with whispers of truth. Those who pass by will sense something unusual, something sacred resting there. It is not an ordinary space, it is set apart. Archangel Michael says, the false name tied to yours is about to vanish. What was hidden in ink will be erased by divine fire. What is truly yours cannot be stolen by trickery. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The suspense grows because more people are about to step into the picture. Allies you did not expect will rise to defend you. Their voices will bring evidence and clarity that cannot be silenced. This person, the one who falsely linked themselves to you, underestimated your strength. They thought you would remain quiet, unaware, and powerless. But you are awakening to a greater authority. The tables are turning quickly. Their supporters are backing away, afraid of being caught in the unraveling. They are being left exposed, with no shield to protect them. Soon, their name will be synonymous with shame while yours will be spoken with respect. Justice is not far away, it is already unfolding before your eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The deeper you look, the more the pattern emerges. This was not just about property, it was about control, about silencing your future. But every hidden hand behind this scheme will be revealed. You were marked long before this moment. Heaven had written your name in places you did not know existed. That is why no scheme can erase it. The suspense is mounting because the breakthrough is close. The closer the exposure comes, the more desperate your enemy becomes. They cannot run from what is already at their door. Archangel Michael says, your name carries light that no shadow can cover. Every false connection is dissolving. You will stand in victory when the truth is revealed. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Documents that once felt sealed shut are now opening. Truth is slipping out through cracks in the walls, and soon nothing will remain hidden. The revelation will be too loud to ignore. You may hear sudden news, an unexpected phone call, or a leaked letter. These are not random, they are divine confirmations that the cover-up is over. Every whisper will become a shout. This person will not escape accountability. Their steps are being traced, their choices being recorded, and their motives laid bare. The stage for judgment is already set. Your name, however, will shine brighter than ever. The inheritance, the authority, the influence tied to this property will return fully to you. And no hand will be able to snatch it away again. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The enemy believed that attaching their name to your deed would make them untouchable. But now the very same papers they trusted are turning against them. What they thought was protection has become evidence of their betrayal. The suspense is heavy, for their downfall will not be silent. It will happen openly, where eyes can see and ears can hear. People will whisper, and their shame will spread quickly. You are stepping into the light of vindication. Every attempt to bury your truth is failing. Your rightful claim is becoming stronger with each passing moment. Archangel Michael says, your name was sealed by heaven long before it was ever written on earthly documents. No one can erase what heaven has stamped. The deed will soon reflect only the rightful owner, you. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The shadows are growing thinner. Lies that once seemed unbreakable are now unraveling thread by thread. The enemy is losing their grip on the illusion they created. They thought they could silence you with confusion. They thought you would never discover what was tied to your name. But destiny cannot be silenced, it always finds a way forward. The weight of justice is pressing heavily upon them now. Their own conscience is tormenting them, and the walls they built are closing in. They cannot escape what is written in truth. Very soon, others will see the difference between your light and their deception. What they tried to gain by manipulation will be stripped away. You will inherit what is rightfully yours. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. The suspense grows as more documents surface. Files long hidden are appearing in unexpected places. What was concealed is being brought into your view. Their plan was layered with lies, but heaven is peeling them away one by one. No scheme is too complex for divine light to penetrate. Every shadow is dissolving under the brightness of truth. This is more than an earthly battle, it is spiritual. Angels are fighting for you in unseen realms, overturning every curse, every signature, every manipulation. Victory is unfolding with every step. Archangel Michael says, this is the season of unveiling. What was buried will rise, and what was stolen will be returned. You are stepping into ownership of your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The land itself seems to breathe with anticipation. It knows its true owner and resists the stranger who tried to claim it. Even creation bears witness to who it belongs to. Dreams, signs, and sudden visions will start to confirm this truth for you. Pay attention, for heaven is speaking through symbols. Nothing about this is coincidence, it is confirmation. The person who tried to steal from you is running out of time. Their silence will soon betray them, and their actions will expose them. They are cornered by truth. Your name shines with authority. What they tied to you in secret is being cut away. The falsehood will fall, but your inheritance will remain. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The night is closing in on them, and with it comes the weight of exposure. They cannot sleep peacefully, for every silence feels like an echo of the truth they tried to bury. Their plans are collapsing like walls built on sand. Your name, however, is rising like a banner. Everywhere it appears, it commands respect and recognition. No one will be able to deny the authority tied to it. The property itself is waiting, longing for its rightful keeper. It carries memories of the past and promises of the future. And soon, it will be yours without dispute. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven is rewriting the lines of this story. What was signed against you is null and void. What was promised to you is returning with greater strength." Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The suspense grows heavier as whispers spread through their circle. They sense that something is wrong, though they cannot stop it. What was once a secret is slipping beyond their control. Every attempt to delay the truth is failing. The more they try to cover it, the more it unravels. Their silence is becoming louder than their words. You are being positioned at the right moment. Every step is divinely aligned so that justice will be undeniable. Even those who doubted will see the truth. The season of hiding has ended. The curtain is being pulled back, and the audience will see the full picture. No lie can survive in the light that is breaking forth. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The papers will not stay in their hands. Evidence will slip out in ways they never expected. Hidden letters, overlooked signatures, and unguarded words will betray them. Your blessing has been preserved all along. Even when you didn't know about the deed, heaven was keeping it safe. That is why the enemy's hand cannot hold it much longer. The suspense now turns into anticipation, because your breakthrough is near. Soon, the weight of ownership will shift entirely back to you. The false name will vanish, leaving only yours. Archangel Michael says, "This is your inheritance, and no thief can keep it." Every boundary line is falling into the right place. You will stand as the rightful heir, undeniable and unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The person tied to you will feel the ground shake beneath their feet. What they thought was stable will collapse suddenly. Their shame will rise as their pride falls. You, on the other hand, will be lifted higher. The very thing they tried to use against you will turn into your testimony. What they plotted will become your platform. The deed will soon be more than just paper, it will be proof of heaven's justice. It will show the world that truth cannot be buried forever. Your name will stand like a fortress. Their fear is already growing. They cannot escape the storm of truth that is sweeping closer each day. Soon, they will have to face what they tried to hide. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. The silence around this matter is breaking apart like glass. Those who once stood beside your enemy are whispering behind their back. Their confidence is fading because they know the truth is surfacing. You are stepping into a moment where justice cannot be denied. The timing is divine, the alignment is perfect, and the evidence is undeniable. Every attempt to erase your presence will fail. The property deed is more than words on paper, it is a spiritual marker. It shows that your inheritance, your lineage, and your promise cannot be rewritten by deceit. No false hand will keep it locked away. Archangel Michael says, "This moment is a victory written long before today." It is not arriving late, it is arriving right on time. What is yours will stand tall, unshaken, and eternal. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. The suspense grows heavier because more eyes are beginning to notice. People outside the circle of lies are starting to ask questions. Every question is a hammer breaking down the wall of secrecy. The person tied to you is trembling inside. Their heart knows the judgment that is near. They try to act calm, but the fear within them cannot be silenced. You, however, are walking into clarity. Every step you take is backed by heaven's order. The truth is lining up perfectly to meet you at the right time. Very soon, documents will surface in ways no one expected. It will feel sudden, but it will be the unfolding of divine preparation. Nothing about this is random, it is designed. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Their allies are abandoning them one by one. People no longer want to be connected to their lies. What they built is collapsing like a house with no foundation. Their pride once made them bold. Now, their shame makes them weak. They are shrinking in silence as the truth draws near. The suspense rises because you will not need to fight this battle alone. Heaven itself is fighting for you, sending people, signs, and revelations to defend your name. The evidence will speak louder than words. Archangel Michael says, "You will not only reclaim what is yours, you will be honored for enduring this storm. Your patience will become your testimony. Your inheritance will be greater than before." Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The land tied to your name will flourish. What once felt like a battlefield will soon turn into a place of peace, abundance, and growth. You will walk upon it without fear. The person who tried to bind their name with yours will be forced to release it. They cannot keep what belongs to you. Their hands will open, even if unwillingly, because heaven demands it. You are stepping into restoration. What was delayed is coming back multiplied. What was tampered with is being rebuilt stronger than before. The suspense has been long, but the ending will be swift. Their lies took years to weave, but truth needs only one moment to break through. That moment is near. Type Amen to get blessing 3131.